4 national youth titles about to be decided here at the North Point Junior Gold Championships presented by Track, Columbia 300, Ebonite, and Hammer. I'm Lucas Wiseman along with Jason Overstreet as we get started with our championship matches here at Sunnybrook Lanes in Sterling Heights, Michigan. We've got the championship matches in all 4 divisions happening at the same time. Our U20 boys championship match, undefeated Wesley Lowe against Ryan Zager. Wesley Lowe up on the approach now. Our U20 girls championship match, undefeated Julia Bond, who you see there, taking on Junior Team USA member Sarah Locher. And our U15 boys championship match, that is Michael Martell. He is taking on Cortez Shank of Phoenix, Arizona. And our U15 girls championship match, Ashley Chanel against Taylor Russell of Tupelo, Mississippi. So the way this works, we've got 2 games total pinfall for these matches. And it's a double elimination bracket, so we've got up 1 player in each match who is undefeated at this point and must be beaten twice. And those undefeated players are Wesley Lowe, Ashley Chanel, Cortez Shank, and Julia Bond. If they win this match, they win the title. If those players lose this match, there's a second championship match immediately following.
Ryan Zager off to a fast start. 3-bagger right out of the gate, but Wesley has matched him with the first 2.
Once again, 2 games, total pinfall to determine the winners. So it'll take a little while to settle in here on this Athens lane pattern.
Wesley matches the strike. Shankly's 9-pin in the second. And we'll take a look over at Julia Bond, who finds herself down to start. Locher is open with a double, and Julia yet to strike through 3 frames.
Kind of surprising because Julia has really run through the competition here this week on the girls' side. And it would be a bit of an upset if Julia Bond does not win the title, I think. Wesley Lowe with the front 4, not backing down against Ryan, who's got the front 3. Here's Taylor Russell.
Cortez Shank with a nice shot. 3rd frame strike, 1 strike spare strike. And everybody's still perfect in the U20 boys. Over to Sarah Locher now, 3rd frame. Again, first 2 for Sarah. Here's the 3rd frame.
Great shot, split the 8-9 right in half, and
Sarah's got a big cheering section out here today.
Yeah, when you announced everybody, Jason, and introduced them, she got the loudest applause of anybody, sounded like. Martell through the face, big split. Ryan, front 5. And it's all strikes so far in that U20 boys match. Sarah, with her first miss, goes through the face 3-6-10. She leads by 21.
Wesley's the first one to blink in the boys' championship.
Martel, fourth frame, down by 14. High backswing, high rev lefty in our U15 division with the strike. Julia Bond is kind of surprising me here. She has really bowled well, bowled a 299 earlier today. In fact, in that match, she shot 557 for 2 games. That's more than Jason usually bowls in a 3-game set. On a sport league, of course. That's fair.
Lucas.
That's fair, right? I like giving Jason a hard time.
It's not about me, it's about the kids.
Sure, deflect. It's okay. 557 for 2, incredible. And Julia Bond has really been dominating so far. So we'll have to see if she can get it together. That might be the highest 2-game total in the tournament, regardless of division. Cortez Schenk has dominated his division so far this week. And he's undefeated in match play, but an open there in the 4th. Ryan with a lazy 10. So things neck and neck in our U20 boys match.
Both Bond and Zagar pick up their single pins, and Taylor Russell is unable to convert her spare.
I got 3 players on the approach at the same time. That's rare when you've got 4 matches going on next to each other.
Choices.
They're all going at exactly the same time. Very strange.
So we'll keep it on Ashley because I haven't had a chance to see her throw a first ball yet, I don't believe. Ryan struck and Michael left a 7-pin. As you may have heard, Sarah Loker with a strike just off to the right.
Obviously, we won't be able to show every single shot because some of them will bowl at the same time, but Jason will move it around and show as much as we can.
Or else let you know, because I know there are a lot of friends and family that are keeping track of the score at home.
Wesley trying to put a double on the board, and he does. That keeps things even with Ryan after 7 frames. Uh-oh. Trouble for Sarah Loker. She makes her first real big mistake of the game with the Greek church. Still has a pretty decent lead here. So an open frame for Sarah in the 6th. She's still up 21 pins. I think I hear the thunder outside, Jason. It's a severe thunderstorm warning for our area, so big storm headed this way. hopefully we won't have any sort of problems from the store. Keep our fingers crossed. That might be the ultimate Wiseman jinx right there. Schenk with a 4-pin there.
One thing you'll
It's
notice,
up by 3.
Lucas, is there are a lot of fast bowlers in this round too.
There are.
Whereas with some of the other featured pairs we've had earlier today, things have been slow, but having seen Wesley Lowe before, he is very quick.
Whoa.
What really quick, and that was a surprise.
That is a big mistake right there. Missing a 2-4 to the right. Can't afford to do that, and now he's down by 13 after 8 frames. Meanwhile, Julia Bond started to turn it up a notch with a double. So she takes advantage of that great church by Sarah and cuts it down to a 12-pin deficit.
See if Zagar can come back after that mismakeable, unforgiving slam 7.
Whoa, almost a 4-9 for Cortez. We are determining members of Junior Team USA here this week, and Ryan and Wesley both have earned spots on Junior Team USA, along with Andrew Anderson. Whoa, Cortez almost falling past the foul line there, and Nick Crummell also earning a Junior Team USA spot on the boys' side. 2 more selections will be announced later on this evening. And the Junior Team USA players that we know for sure on the girls' side: Sarah Locher, Julia Bond, and Liz Culkin. Since Julia earned a spot in qualifying and made it to the championship match, that automatic spot goes to the selection committee, so they will pick 3 girls for Junior Team USA. And while we won't know those announcements while we're here live on Bowl TV, we will bring them to you on bowl.com in the form of a press release / story a little bit later on tonight. Here's Michael in the 7th frame, trailing by 2. And now trailing by 3.
So while you saw Sarah Locher miss that spare, Wesley Lowe struck first shot in the 10th. We'll stick with Wesley for his second one.
Wesley can get to 258. And he almost leaves a 6-8 there. You know, Jason, the light bulb just flipped on in my head why so many people are cheering for Sarah here. Because Sarah is from New Baltimore, Michigan, which is just down the road. So she's a local bowler, probably sleeping in her own bed here this week. Although she's off at college at Arkansas State. But probably nice to spend some time in her home area, and nice to bowl well in her home area as well. Wesley Lowe, 247. He's the first one to finish a game. Ryan Zager can get to 223. Here comes Julia Bond. Just slapping it out and everything. I like it.
She has been so good.
She's been whacking them here all week long. She out-averaged the field by, it was a bunch. I got the sheet right here. Let's take a look at that. She out-averaged the field by better than 6 pins a game over 25 games. That's a lot. That's a big difference. You don't see that too often. That is total domination right there.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel like a player deserves to win and not get tripped up by a bad break in match play, and it's hard not to feel like Julia doesn't deserve to win this tournament. We'll see if she can close it out. She'll have to go up and get past a really, really good player.
That's right. Julia led qualifying. She's gone undefeated in match play, and she's just one more win away from the title.
You can make the same argument for Cortez Schenk over
Absolutely.
in the U15 division. We haven't got to see him as much on the live stream just for luck, but he has been a cut above the field, and this is his second year here in the finals. And
yeah, he out-averaged the U15 boys field by 2.5 pins a game. And how fitting is it that Michael Martell was second, and they meet in the championship match? So you always like to see that when the folks who go 1-2. It's kind of rare for the top two in qualifying to make it all the way to the final match, but it's nice to see.
Well, for all those that are critics of the match play format, I think we're seeing deserving players here in the championships.
I guess Julia missed that single pin while we were away. I didn't see it, but looks like she missed the single pin.
Stop complimenting her. Just be quiet. Let her do her thing.
I know, right? Probably didn't miss very many spares all week long. Oh no, big split for Sarah Locher in the 10th. Bad news, gonna put her in the 170s. Well, all day long, the U20 boys have been the slowest pair done, the last pair done. Their first pair done with game one. How about that? Not messing around.
Putting Wesley on the pair will do that.
Yeah, he's quick. So in our U15 girls match, it's Taylor Russell leading by 43 pins after game one, 199 to 156. Do appreciate everybody tuning in this evening. Would appreciate it if you would get on Facebook or Twitter and spread the word about the live stream. Our national youth champions about to be crowned here at Sunnybrook Lanes, and our youth bowlers deserve the biggest audience we can give them. So please spread the word. Send everybody to bowl.com to watch our live coverage here this evening.
Nice looking shot there by Ashley. Michael Martell was very upset with his split leave. Ninth frame shot.
Yeah, he went from being right there with Cortez Schenk to now trailing by 16. Great shot by Julia Bond. She's going to be in the 190s, and if she strikes again on the fill, we'll have a 22-pin lead going into the second game. First frame now of game number 2 for the U20 girls. Sarah trailing by 22. Starts off with a 9-pin lead. Martell Philball gets 7 for 165. So Schenk is going to have the lead after game 1. Here's Ryan in the 4th, working on a strike, turns it into a double. He trails by 24 pins. Make it 14 with that double against Wesley Lowe. Just tuning in, you're watching the championship matches at the North Pointe Junior Gold Championships. Wesley Lowe takes the messenger across the deck to take out the 8-pin. Championships are brought to you by Track, Columbia 300, Ebonite, and Hammer. Our thanks also to Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of USBC. Julia Bond, the strike to start off this game, and now a baby split in the 2nd. Cortez had an open while we were away from that match. Wesley goes through the face. And it looks like he's pretty lucky to just leave a single pin standing there. Open frame for Julia. A little bit of a rough start this game for her. Ashley with a double. And she's trying to mount the comeback here, down by 43 coming into this game. She's made up quite a bit of ground already. She's already made up 22 pins, so she's cut that deficit in half. Sarah with a little easy snap of that 10-pin, just enough to get it out for the strike. Sarah down 10 in the match.
First frame strike from Martell. And a 3rd frame double for Locher.
That cuts it to 2. Just like that, that match is pretty even. Ryan has put together a few strikes here. He's trying to narrow the gap against Wesley.
Cortez Schenk gets going with a strike first frame.
Looks like Wesley still up by 13 in the match. But with Ryan striking, that's changing in a hurry. Wesley showing a little bit of emotion out there. I remember him being a little bit, cool, calm, reserved young man, but he's starting to come into his own a little bit here.
Here's a record question that you probably don't know the answer to. Any idea what the youngest champion of this event has been?
I wish I did. I don't know it. Maybe if anybody out there has any ideas. Welcome to suggestions. I think Wesley is actually eligible for the U15 division still.
Is he really? Are you sure?
I think he might be. I'm going to have to find out about that. So Wesley strikes again.
That would be quite amazing. I know that Wesley is a young guy, but
yeah, he just turned 16. Wesley Lowe did. That's what Rod Ross says.
It's really just remarkable talent at this age. But Ryan Zager saying it's not start talking about the record books in Wesley Lowe quite yet. Stringing some strikes together here.
Yeah, but Wesley's still up 13 with 3 frames to go in the match. That one's going to be the first one to finish. So Ryan needs to keep it going here and cut it to 3 with a strike. And that didn't sound good. Looks like a 2-10.
Yes.
Yep, 2-10 split. Terrible time for that. No good time for that, but that's dreadful. Hurts the momentum. And he'll have to try to give it a run here. I think he's got to try to go for it. And I don't hear any cheering, so that must mean it was an open. So that's going to give Wesley a chance to step up and really
drop the hammer.
Yeah, put it away here. Wesley Lowe's birthday, April 27th, 1997. So yeah, he just recently turned 16. Wow.
Here he is on the approach with a chance to win national championship.
Wow. Wes is on the verge here. He's on the cusp of sealing the deal. Going the distance and undefeated in match play. Oh, and Wesley Lowe with the 2.478 in the 6th on a triple. And that will make things a little interesting here. If he makes it, he's still up 23. Does cover it up. That was a big spare, but it also makes things a little more interesting. Gives Ryan a chance. So many matches to keep track of here. Ryan just left another split. We didn't see it, but he left it 2-8-10. Sarah also leaves a split. Splits everywhere right now. And that's bad news for Ryan, good news for Wesley. Yeah, and unless Ryan can somehow make this, it's virtually over now. That kind of took the air out of the balloon right there.
And just kind of an awkward way for it to happen as you hear a bunch of applause that more or less is polite applause for Wesley Lowe.
Yeah, Wesley up by 34 going into the 10th now, which is, it's basically over. Wesley doesn't even have to do anything in the 10th frame to win it. And another split.
Zager just threw a split again.
3 splits in a row to close the game for him. Martel with a strike. Here's Sarah trying to pick up the 7-pin. She does. Let's try to recap where we're at in that one. They've got 3.5 frames to go, and Bond is up by 30. A great week for Ryan Zager. Had a chance, but ran into 3 splits at the end of that game, and Wesley Lowe is going to be your U20 boys junior gold champion. it's time for the victory lap for Wesley. Tell you, if you know anything about youth bowling, this is not a surprise to you that Wesley Lowe would come in here and win this. He has been growing and developing as a player for the last few years. He got into the Junior Team USA program, and it's done wonders for his game, and now look where he's at. He's taken the next step to junior gold champion Wesley Lowe, U20 boys junior gold champion. The double-handed lefty from California takes home the title. What a win for the youngster, just 16 years old. Certainly one of the youngest in the U20 division. He will take home the hardware. Now we've got more things to figure out here. Ashley Chanel finishing up with a 197. She was down 43 coming into this game. And that means that Taylor Russell needs a mark in the 10th to force a second championship match. So here we go, needs a mark. There's a mark, that's a strike, and it looks like we're gonna have a second championship match. It also looks like Julia Bond may be the next one to clinch a title here. The U15 boys match is trailing behind the rest of these. They're only in the 5th frame, so we're going to catch up with that one in a second here. Get you recapped on that. It looks like Michael Martell here is on his way to potentially forcing a second championship match in our U15 boys division.
Open frame for Sarah Locher in the 9th.
Yeah, it just about does it for her. Julia Bond looks like she is going to lock up the junior gold win here. Still a little bit of work to do, but I think it's just about mathematically over at this point. With the spare, she's going to be up by more than 40 going into the 10th, so it's just going to be a victory lap for her. We will have a second championship match in the U15 girls. Martell, 7th frame. He is up by 2 in this match. Now up by 1. Julia Bond, victory lap. Leads qualifying, undefeated in match play. I think if anybody deserved to win this week, it was probably her. Dominated the field from start to finish here in match play today. Julia Bond, second shot in the 10th. A little love tap on the 10, but it doesn't go. And it's probably going to start to sink in here pretty soon.
I wonder if she's going to let it all out. She's been just very businesslike.
We'll find out after this shot. Here's the final shot, and Julia Bond is your 2013 Junior Gold U20 Girls Division from Aurora, Illinois. Julia Bond takes home the title. Congratulations. Well deserved after a long, hard week of grueling competition here at Junior Gold. Julia takes home the title. And a great week for Sarah Locher. She's going to finish second, got herself a spot on Junior Team USA. All right, so we've got one more match in progress. Our U15 boys. Cortez Shank just threw a double. And he is leading in this match. What a great shot. Throwing it amazing. Try to do some quick math here. It is a 19-pin lead for Shank with 2.5 frames to go. So if Martel wants to try to force a second championship match, he's got to strike on these next two shots in the 8th and the 9th. So he gets the strike in the 8th. Martel can strike out for 246. And that would force Cortez to shoot 229 to win. Cortez can strike out for 247. So if Martel strikes here, he still has a good chance to force a second championship match. But he really needs a strike right here. Oh, what a shot. Big, big double for Martel. He's still right in this thing.
Take a look at that on the replay. So that's the last shot.
Here's the situation. Cortez Shank needs a strike here and a strike first shot in the 10th to lock it up. That's pretty good. Wow, what a shot. We are seeing a future young superstar develop right in front of our eyes right here. Cortez Shank. Clutch strike. And one more of those, and he'll have the shutout and the U15 boys title. So here we go. Strike for the title for Cortez Shank. He's got it. What a big shot under pressure. You could see him let out a little sigh of relief right there too. Huge strike. Just needs some count now. Jason's got a replay of it here. I just pured it right off his hand. It was a no-doubter. What a great, great shot. Time for the victory lap. Gets 7, should be enough. I don't think he's done the math in his head here yet.
Michael has.
Yeah, Michael knows the math. Here's Cortez. final shot with the spare. Cortez Schenk is your U15 boys junior gold champion. Led qualifying, undefeated in match play, and 3 of our undefeated players come in here and take care of business and take the titles. Pretty impressive stuff to go undefeated against a field of this caliber. Martel, 10th frame, trying to finish it out here. He has bowled fantastic. Just kind of going through the motions, closing it out, but what a great performance by both these players. Martel made a couple of great shots in the 8th and the 9th to set himself up to have a shot at it, but it was Cortez Schenk who just stepped up and delivered down the stretch.
Martel, great bowler, a lot to be proud of, and I know we're going to be seeing great things from him in the future. Just the start of 2 fabulous bowling careers.
One more match to go. Russell versus Chanel on the U15 girls, as we will have a second championship match. Great week for Michael Martel as he finishes second. Was second in qualifying, came in here, bowled really good in match play, and ends up finishing second. They're going to congratulate the champions right now.
2013 North Pointe Junior Gold Championships champion, Wesley Lowe. Now boys U15, 2013 champion, Cortez Schenk. U20 girls champion, Julia Bond. We're going to move over to age 15 and 16 for the final match in the girls U15 division between Taylor Russell and Ashley Chanel. Girls, when you get down to your lanes, you'll have 5 minutes of practice.
All right, so they're going to have 5 minutes of practice, and then we'll get started with our second championship match.
Danielle said that they just got a report that a 777 from London to DFW landed in Oklahoma City. But she's like, there's no weather in Dallas, so nobody knows what's going on. Canceled flights, planes are landing in weird places, like, it's kind of strange. It's not something you see every day. You don't usually see a 777 in the Oklahoma City airport. There must be some kind of weather system that's causing disruptions in the pattern, or else the flight wouldn't be canceled. Exactly. Previously, but only puree. Okay. Very excited about this. Yeah, that's good.
Mike. Come on.
Yeah, it's here. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, guys.
Athletes, your practice is now over. Please hold up on your bowling. Ladies, when your power is come, you can bowl for score. Good luck and good bowling.
So we've got one more to go. 3 of the 4 champions have been crowned. Only the U15 girls remain. And Taylor Russell will get things started. Once again, same format. Total pinfall for 2 games determines it. Got a tough start as Russell begins things with an open. Ashley Chanel now, first frame. Once again, we thank everyone for joining us here for the 2013 North Point Junior Gold Championships, presented by Track, Columbia 300 Ebonite, and Hammer. Exciting evening here tonight. As the second part of the evening will be to see who is named by the selection committee to Junior Team USA.
And we'll have that full recap for you on bowl.com a little bit later on this evening after they make the announcements. This is a winner-take-all match now between Russell and Chanel. So a couple of open frames early for both players. And Russell with a very early 4-pin lead in this 2-game second championship match.
Well, we hope everybody's enjoyed our live coverage on Bull TV throughout the week, or the last couple of days at least, and Lucas, of course, providing highlight videos earlier in the week. It's been a great time as we wind things down here. Thanks again to the fantastic Metro Detroit USBC Association.
Yeah, they've provided a lot of great volunteers here this week to help run the tournament. Greatly appreciate the efforts they put in this here week to help everything run smooth. It takes a lot of people to make an event this big run well, so thank you very much to the Metro Detroit Association, the largest association in the country, and as they call it, the bowling capital of the world.
Host proprietor here for these finals, Randy Schenk, has been great. His staff has taken care of everyone who's come through the doors.
Very accommodating.
Just a great experience.
Rolled out the red carpet for sure. Well, 3 frames in the books, and well, there's a double for Chanel, as she now has a 19-pin lead on Russell.
Attention next week is going to turn to Columbus, Ohio for the U.S. Open. Live coverage of that available on Extra Frame from our friends over at PBA.
They're going to have a free preview on Sunday and Monday, Sunday being the practice, Monday being the first round of qualifying. So be sure to check PBA.com Sunday, Monday for that. I believe they'll do that broadcast on Ustream, if I'm not mistaken. Wobbling 5-pin for Russell. Taylor Russell from Tupelo, Mississippi, 13th place in qualifying. And Ashley Chanel of Morris Chapel, Tennessee, 15th place in qualifying. So these are 2 of the players who just did sneak in to the bracket. They have excelled here in match play today, although Taylor Russell just missed that single pin for her 3rd open in 4 frames. That one crosses over for a strike. But she's down 29 at this point. I'll make it 30, actually. Yeah, 30-pin lead for Ashley Chanel. She throws another strike. That increases the lead to 40. So Ashley trying to avenge that loss, our first loss of the tournament last round.
Well, kind of an ugly leave there.
Gets the 2 in the back. So an open frame of the 6th for Ashley. So Taylor a chance to make up some ground if she can take advantage of it here, and she does. That's a double. Takes advantage of that open by Chanel and also takes advantage of that Brooklyn she had in the 5th. Turns it into a double. And pulls her to within 15 pins, it looks like. So just like that, it went from 40 to 15. Just one frame. Needs to hook across. Leaves the 5-10 split. It's kind of a bad break.
An open frame there leaves Russell with 101 in the 7th.
So with a spare here, Ashley Chanel will go up by 29. Eighth frame, game 1 of our second championship match. Unfortunately, Jason, this is our last Bowl TV broadcast until August 19th, when we are reunited at the World Championships in Las Vegas.
It'll be quite a while for us to be on break, but that'll be certainly a big one to get to share with all of our viewers, and I know many people around the world.
I bet that's, I'd have to look back, but I would guess that's the longest break that we will have had since before Christmas. Be my guess. But we'll make up for it because we'll have about 3 weeks straight of coverage of the World Championships and the Queens back to back. So we're gonna keep you real busy. It's gonna be like a bowler's dream. Gonna be able to watch bowling pretty much all day, every day.
Well, the field at the World Championships this year is a combined men and women. It's going to be
insane.
Really, really good.
Insanely good. Well, there's a crossover strike for a double. Taylor Russell narrows the gap a bit. Down to 17.
Just joining us, this is the championship match of the U15 girls division. It is the only remaining undecided title. Wesley Lowe taking home the U20 boys crown. Julia Bond winning the U20 girls, and Cortez Schenk taking home the U15 boys title. Apologize for the slow switch there as we Missed Ashley with a split in the 10th.
Yeah, it was a bad 7-9 split. Right down the middle. So that's going to make things a little bit closer here. Because she's going to shoot 171 if she gets one of these. Well, she didn't get any, so 170. Russell Kidd. Max at 191 this game if she were to strike out. There's a pin rolling. Oh, hey now. Look at that. That'll elicit a big smile on her face. Gets that pin to roll across the deck nice and easy and have that 4-pin fall right into that 7. You have to really have that happen perfectly for it to strike. And that's 3 in a row for her. That will guarantee her the lead after this first game. I think she may still need a little bit of count, but not much. Another strike, 4 in a row. That one a little better. And she can strike one more time for 191.
I'll put her in a pretty good position.
Yeah, we put her up 21. Yeah, she does strike. So 191 throws the last 5. And Taylor Russell up 191 to 170, a 21-pin lead with a game to go in our second championship match. Well, wasting no time getting started with game 2. And Ashley Chanel's going to have a little work to do here to make up that 21-pin deficit. Oh, gave it a run there. An open frame for Russell in the first. So now her lead is down to 9. Looks good. Kept hooking. She's going to have to make a move, it looks like.
Covers up the spare. Decent looking ball, just didn't quite drive to the pins. Ashley's putting the ball in the pocket, but just not getting the reaction to be able to carry.
She's only down 10 at this point. She makes the spare.
That miss puts her at 47 in the third. One thing that may be coming into play too is just being tired.
Yeah, they've had a long day.
They've been
Probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We finished at 12:30.
Throwing a lot of games this week. "25 games of qualifying, match play today, previous championship after having been here bowling till midnight, and makes it hard to stay sharp." Russell gets a spare on the fourth. Chanel carries there. Once again, if you're just joining us, it's the second game of the second match here in this U15 girls finals. Whoever wins this match, the total pinfall of 2 games, will be the champion.
Two-pin lead for Taylor Russell after 5 frames of game 2, so half a game to go here, and Russell leads by 22.
Soft 10 on that shot in the 6th.
still holding on to that 22-pin lead if she can make the spare here.
And this may come down to just focus and spare shooting. Lane conditions are tough. Already been some play on pattern. Strikes may be tough to come by. Who's going to make their spares and win the championship?
Yikes. I just saw a tweet from Sarah Locher, who finished second. She said, I think it's safe to say I'm taking a couple of weeks off. Finished second at Junior Gold, Junior Team USA 2014, and attached that picture of her thumb.
Oh. Yep.
Ouch. I'm gonna retweet that in case you want to check it out, but it looks painful.
Well,
show you what 25 games of qualifying and that many rounds of match play will do to your hand.
Well, that's what we're just talking about with fatigue. Fatigue can set in many different ways. Can be not quite as smooth in your delivery, or it can be with thumb getting torn up, and that sure makes it harder to come out of the ball cleanly when that's sort of in the back of your mind.
Well, Chanel is digging herself a little bit of a hole here with that open in the 6th, spare in the 7th though. It's now a 35-pin lead for Russell with 3.5 frames to go.
So Taylor Russell can stay clean. She could take it home. That's pretty far right, though.
Yeah, leaves the 1-2-8 on that shot. Still up for grabs here, though. Got to make this spare. The left side of the head pin should do the trick. Probably a little more dramatic than it needed to be, because if she'd have gotten a little bit further left, it would have been a little sure, but it's pretty easy to chop that 8 pin off of that. I've done it so many times. That's one of those spares that looks a lot easier than it really is. A lot of ways to miss it, but she gets it done.
The Chat Whitewater coach wants to know if the selection committee has the ability to choose from anyone in the field, or do they have to be selected from the match play?
From the top 16. And that I believe that they can choose from either the U20 or the U15s. So if they wanted to pick a U15 bowler for Junior Team USA, they could. That's my understanding. Trouble. She came over the top of it, pulled it right in front of the 10 pin, and that's just the opening that Ashley Chanel needed here to have a chance. She's still down 20. If she can somehow find a way to throw a double here, nope, not going to happen. So if she makes the spare, she's down 23 with 2 frames to go. Ashley desperately could use a strike here. Going to need a lot of help on this one, and leaves the 5 pin. It's a very subdued championship match, and that's usually an indication that both players are pretty nervous.
I think they're nervous. I think they're tired.
Yep. They are going to sleep well tonight, I predict.
We'll see if Taylor Russell doesn't really get maybe get a little bit of energy into this shot, because she's close to being able to close it out championship.
She needs to keep it clean here. Carries to Brooklyn. I believe that if she just goes something like 8 pins on 2 shots, should be enough, I think. 8 pins, 9 pins, somewhere in that range. Doesn't even really need a mark for the shutout here, doesn't look like. She needs like 160. And that
will do it.
Will put her way over the 160 mark. And guess what, Taylor Russell? You're our U15 girls champion. I don't think it's quite hit her yet. Maybe she'll finally realize it after she lets that last shot go and let out a big smile. We'll see. This one's crossing over. Leaves the 3-pin. The crowd starting to cheer just a little bit louder now. So that puts Taylor at 182 this game. She'll get for about 373 for the 2 games. So a good 2-game set for Taylor Russell. Final shot, and Taylor Russell is your U15 girls champion.